reports are indicating that the government is likely to lower the import duty on gold to 6% from 10%. Let's invite Mr. S. Subramaniam, the CFO of Titan, to join us on this and other issues. Mr. Subramaniam, if this were to happen, if the import duty were indeed to come down, what might be the impact, a gush of imports?
I think that's very good. That's a very good sign if it actually does happen. I think more because it would curb smuggling in a big way. And that's the big takeout that we will have. I think taking out smuggling is as important as this war against black money that which see the government undertaking. So I think it makes a lot of sense to do that.
Mr. Subramaniam, do you think they will do it? I mean, although the buzz has been around, after all, the government is also on its anti-black money campaign, and there is always a fear that those who are putting away money from the tax guy are probably saving it in gold.
It's possible. It's possible that it is stored in gold. And will the government do it? The government, the way I look at it is that if you see the data which the World Gold Council keeps publishing quarter-on-quarter basis, they keep suggest that maybe 100 to 150 tons of gold is being imported through the smuggled route. Now, that is one, clearly revenue loss for the government. And number two, the fact that this is exactly where the black money will get parked as well. So if you want that war against black money to continue, then it makes a whole lot of sense to curb smuggling in a big way. And therefore, I think it would be in the government's interest to actually reduce this and lower the smuggling of gold in a big way.
Mr. Subramaniam, good morning. What is the current price differential between the landed imported gold prices versus the domestic price? And if we do indeed see a cut in the import duty to 6%, how will this affect gold prices?
See, the difference is obviously 10% at least, because that's the customs duty at this point in time, right? This is the official thing. Now, there are various estimates of what the cost of this smuggled gold, etc., comes at. But the fact is that some time back there was a study, I think if not mistaken, it was the RBI, somebody who did that and said that if the rate is about 4 to 5%, that is the customs duty is about 4 to 5%, the arbitrage opportunity is substantially lower, and that would reduce smuggling in a big way. So that is, I think, the sort of a break even, if you can call that, where the incentive to smuggle would come down drastically.
Okay. Since we have you with us, Mr. Subramaniam, I just wanted to ask you, what is the overall psychological impact of the demonetization? There are some behavioral economists, or at least those who have interest in behavioral economics, saying that probably this will, deter people from big consumption. A big blow has come, and therefore discretionary consumption will take a hit for the time being.
I think it's quite likely. It's quite likely that for the short term, there could be an impact on discretionary consumer spend. We did not feel it so much because I think we were right in the middle of the wedding season, and therefore, at least our jewelry sales were not impacted so badly. Watches also were quite decent, except for the trade channel. So the bigger impact we're actually seeing is on the wholesale trade channel, which tends to deal a little more in cash, or rather much more in cash than the organized modern trade. So there we are definitely seeing it. We're also hearing reports from others. I'm talking of the industry here, and I'm talking of other categories as well, that the big ticket items actually are getting hit in terms of consumption. So people are, I think, doing a wait and watch approach at this point in time. And I would think that this would last till such time there is enough and more liquidity in terms of cash in the economy.
Okay.
Yeah.
So just one final question. On a consolidated basis then, if you could tell us what the hit has been to A, jewelry, and secondly, your watches and accessories on account of demonetization, the impact to sales on a consolidated basis.
It would be difficult to estimate that because I think we talked about a very good Diwali this year. We had a great Diwali in the first half of this quarter. I think the season was great, and therefore what we saw actually was a significant revival of consumer sentiment towards discretionary purchase. I think that has got impacted. So while our sales obviously fell immediately after the aftermath of the 8th of November, it caught up very quickly because of the ongoing wedding season. So I think what we are possibly missing is a tailwind that we had, a strong tailwind that we had in terms of consumer sentiment. So I think that's the major impact. And of course, as I said, in watches, we have been impacted by the trade channel, the wholesale channel, where we sell roughly 50% of our watches.
Okay. Well, yes, this has been noted by other economists as well. Mr. Subramaniam, in any case, thank you very much for joining us with your quick take on life if the import duty on gold were to be reduced. In fact, that point that